Hey everybody, Supersonic here. Before we begin, I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, why not drop a like, and if you want to share your thoughts and feelings, then why not leave a comment? And if you really enjoyed it, or if you keep coming back for more and aren't subscribed, then why not subscribe? It's easy, it's free, and it really helps out the channel. Anyway, on with the video, and as always, I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for more. Hello everybody, welcome to another Sonic Says. This is my third attempt to record one of these. The first two times were on a different topic, which I'm gonna, make like its full own video, a bit more scripted, just because so the date of recording this is the 25th of April, 2025. And the file that I pulled up, that I wrote notes on for the topic I was trying to talk about, was written in the 12th of January, so I've been sitting on it for a while, even like before I considered doing the whole Sonic Says series. So today we're going to be talking about something different, and, the last video uploaded on my channel was a video about Marvel Rivals. It was just a short compilation of a couple games me and Mark played. Regular gaming stuff, not quite as edited as my other mediocre moments, but not as unedited as this video format that I currently use. Now, Marvel Rivals, I don't think that video did too well. It's been almost a day since I uploaded that. And I think it's got a total of 4 views, which not great. And it's probably going to tank my analytics even more than they had already been tanking recently. Don't know what's going on there, but whatever. We still keep on the YouTube grind. Anyway. Nice. Anyway. Marvel Rivals, right, is a game, and a game it sure is. It sure was a game. I don't know, man. I just didn't find it as interesting as I thought it was. It's like Overwatch and Plants vs. Zombies on Warfare. And a little bit like TF2 in the fact that it's a team-based shooter with classes. Aww. Okay, tell you what. I've already not found it. This is what I talk about. If you saw that video, which I'm guessing you didn't, I discussed a topic. So, Future James, actually put some effort into this one. Put up the clip that you are talking about. The one talking about toxicity in gaming culture.
I was a better Penny.
Okay. I'm shocked.
GG. No, why are you not toxic?
Because
chat?
I
What's going on here?
in just good vibes, man.
Oh, it's like being positive.
No, well, I'm not positive, but it's just like, well, they played the game, they played it fair, they won.
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Yeah, it's. Alright.
See,
about right.
People are so egotistical in the gaming scene that they can't accept that sometimes someone just gets the better of you, or sometimes you just come up against someone that's got more skill than you do, and that's okay. That's a learning experience.
That's actually very grown up of you saying, actually, James. I was not expecting that. I was expecting you to be toxic in this game, but no, I'm pleasantly surprised that you are a well-functioning adult.
Okay.
Have an upvote.
That's what I get upvoted for, just having a sensible attitude.
Having a non-toxic mindset about video gaming. I like that.
Right, so what you just saw there was me discussing my views on gaming, and especially competitive gaming. And I think it is shit. I don't think that competitive games are conducive to a healthy environment in any way. What do I mean by that? Well, gaming now is very much a sport. You know, people treat it like it's a sport. And obviously there are esports, but, you know, that's a whole issue for another day. And people take it very seriously. They take gaming, their gaming experience seriously. No longer is it about having fun, or at least nowadays, what is considered fun is considered being better than everyone and winning. Winning is everything to, like, modern gaming culture. You know, if, like, competitive hero shooters like Overwatch and Valorant, I think. I never saw Valorant, so I don't know what it's about. I guess CS is maybe less on topic, but it's still quite relevant here. CSGO, that's a very much you win or you don't have fun kind of game. I guess Rainbow Six Siege 2. Not Rainbow Six Siege 2, but Rainbow Six Siege as well. But, like, all of these games kind of fill the same role as ultra-competitive, small team-sized, like, FPS shooter games. And all of them have this just air of toxicity surrounding them. It's where people are constantly bragging and talking about how good they are and how they could beat everyone else, and I just think that is a terrible mindset to have. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to have that with TF2, and I would get genuinely mad when I wasn't performing as well as I thought I should be, and there was like almost a full 2 years where I didn't play TF2 just because I got that upset about it, and that is so stupid of me, because it's a fun game. Like, right now, I'm doing fine and I'm rambling, you know? This is casual, this isn't competitive TF2, which is definitely like an e-sport, like people enter tournaments and win thousands of dollars in this game. That's fair for those people to take it seriously. And competitive, you know, is usually reserved for, like, the best of the best, you know? I wouldn't dare consider entering competitive, just because, you know, I don't think I'm that good. And that's fine, because I can still play the game I'm playing now. I'm having fun, I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna die, I think. Oh god, yeah, here it comes. Oh, that is unfortunate for him. That is unfortunate for him. But competitive gaming is just so toxic. You know, like, I see this a lot, especially in TF2 after we had the bot crisis. You know, there's still... Hello. There is still this, whole idea that if somebody is a good sniper or a good spy, or they do things like trick stabs, for instance, trick stabs and like really fast reaction times to headshots, immediately are met with accusations of cheating. And, you know, obviously, you know, cheating, especially in this game, is something that we do have to, you know, watch out for, because it ruins the experience for everyone else. And you could argue that having somebody with a much higher skill ceiling than everyone else in the game could ruin the experience for everyone else. But, like, that's a whole another issue about, like, matchmaking and things. But the point is that people can't acknowledge when they're not as good as someone else. And they struggle to comprehend that, you know, they're not the best. And, like, if someone's better than them, they must be cheating. Because there's no way that, you know, I would never have died to that if he wasn't hacking or cheating or something. This is like a horror game. And I just think that's a real shame, because I think that takes away, like, in that clip I showed, the team who won said, good game, and I responded with, good game, and then with, well played. And Mark's response to that with, what, you're not being toxic? I was like, no, because, you know, they played the game, they played it with the same rules and limitations and benefits that we did, and they won. They played the game, they played it fairly, and they won, fair and square. There's nothing to be... They didn't do any crummy tactics, they didn't cheese anything, they didn't hack or cheat. They just won the game by being better, or just by having... Now, when I say luck, what I mean is just a number of statistics or probabilities that lined up to benefit them in a way that it didn't us in that instance. So they either were lucky, which I don't mean luck as in, you know, they have no skill. I mean, they have skill, and also things happened that benefited their skills. You know, you managed to get someone who wasn't paying attention a couple times. You know, that, like, someone not paying attention, that's not anything to do with you not having skill, that's to have with them also not having skill, just not happening to notice you at that point. You know, it doesn't mean either of them are any less skillful. It just happened, you know? Neither of you really could have changed anything about that, and, you know, the fact that the person A didn't notice person B, and person B killed person A, like, person B had an advantage over person A because person A didn't... I think I've got this switched around at some point. You know what I'm saying, right? And I think it's bizarre how nowadays it's such an uncommon thing for people to just say at the end of a match, yeah, I had a good game, that was fun, you guys. And nowadays it's got to be, you have to be toxic. It's expected of you to be toxic and to accuse the enemy and to constantly, you know, downplay their skill and talk your skill up, even though you may not even have the ability to show it. And if you're having an off day or you're not performing as well as usual, then, you know, you have to get mad at other people for it. And I'm just not here for that. Just, why can't you just have fun playing the game? Obviously, for everyone playing a game, what is fun is different. For instance, I enjoy playing Medic. I enjoy not having to actively fight that often. I enjoy being able to support other people. I like knowing that I might be enhancing somebody else's gameplay experience, and also in, you know, Medic is probably one of the lesser played classes. I'm also helping to fill a role on my team, and you know, that is fun for me. But, you know, for other people, they find it boring, you know? They don't like how uninvolved in combat you are. And, you know, that's fine for them to... Jesus Christ. That's fine for them to not enjoy. And obviously, it's... Medic, whilst being one of the most important classes in competitive, probably isn't one of the most exciting to play. You know, different strokes for different folks. I'm fairly certain that phrase has sexual connotations, but I'm not going to bring that up any more than I just have. The point is, we seem to have forgotten how to just have fun, you know? Like, so what if you're not as good? Did you enjoy playing? That's what matters. Sure, it can suck to never succeed. It can be a real dampener on your mental attitude. It can make you feel like you're not as good as other people. Not just in a game, but in other aspects of life, you know? It may sound stupid to say that, but, you know, it's a case of how you do anything is the way you do everything. If you can't play a game that you love good, no matter how much you try, you'll never be as good as other people, then imagine how that could affect people when thinking about their job, or their family, or the people they love, you know? It's just one domino in an eventual chain of negative mental energy that could eventually lead to some people doing some regrettable things. And I know, again, it sounds ridiculous. I am fully aware of how ridiculous it sounds to put that, like, in the context of a video game. Because at the end of the day, it's just a game. But, you know, especially nowadays, I feel like gaming is such an interesting part of people's personalities, especially with COVID and the pandemics and quarantine. I feel like gaming really had its kind of renaissance. You know, more people were opened up to it. You know, older generations learned to play video games. New genres of video games, more social video games became a thing. But I also feel like that I don't know. It's probably not good to talk about a point and not have thought about it fully. Ah, God damn it! Oh, I was so close to getting that health pack. What was I saying? But anyway, yeah, I just, you know, I think that people should just be more, just less, like I'd say less toxic, but just, you know, don't be so proud of yourself, you know? It's a video game. There's very limited options that, like, the world is going to offer you for being good at a video game. So if you're proud of yourself for being good at a video game, then sure, be proud. Enjoy the fact that you've managed to amass a certain level of skill that would make some people envious, but also acknowledge that, you know, maybe you're not the best. You know, you're good. You may even be great, but you might not be the best. Obviously, we have, like, world champions and stuff like that for a reason. You know, world record holders, things like that. But at the end of the day, like, there's, as good as you are, there might always be someone better than you. And even if you are the best, there eventually might come a day when somebody else takes that title from you. And, you know, that is a big deal for some people, you know, being forgotten, being replaced. I get it, but at the same time, be happy for that person. Or, you know what, don't be a rival, be their friend, you know? Work together, be on the same team, obliterate lobbies, be the two best players in the world, and, you know, benefit each other. Don't fight it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, please, heavy. No, heavy! Oh, you had... Oh, I can't stay here. Oh, my dog is howling at the phone. Anyway, that kind of went on its own rant, but, just, yeah. I guess I'm kind of talking about how my experiences of how I learned to stop being toxic and just enjoy gaming again. Because I don't play FPS shooters anymore. Mostly because of the, like, TF2 is the only one I play. Because every other game today is, like, marketed towards, like, the hyper-competitive, like, e-sport type crowd. That's fine. It's a market, they're gonna appeal to that market, and they're gonna make a lot of money. I put games like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, even things like Fortnite and PUBG, Apex Legends, all of that. They're all in the same category for me. They are marketed towards competitive people. I'm not a competitive person. I like being chilled and laid back. I enjoy having a nice time over being better. If, you know, I'm, like, say for instance I'm playing Medic and I'm second scoring, so this isn't a good example, but if I'm just, like, running around super stressed out because I'm not in top spot, then I'm not enjoying, and I'm not having a good time in a game because I'm not number one in the game, then, like, that's not fun for me. I'm not enjoying myself. That's the same reason I kind of see, you know what I'm saying? This goes back to that thing I was saying about luck. He is super lucky because I probably could have avoided some of those shots, but I took my hand off the keyboard and mouse to scratch my nose, and I'm still scratching my nose. But anyway, yeah, that was an example. Like, I'm not mad about it. You know, that's a spy. That was a spy. Anyway. Yeah, if anyone's gonna ever take anything away from this video, just try and enjoy games, you know? If someone's better than you, just acknowledge it, accept it. If they're being toxic, you know, just don't respond, or just, I don't know, I wouldn't say feed their delusions, because that's probably not good for either of you, but just, you know, if they're making a big deal about them being better, just ignore them. Acknowledge they're better, yeah, but you don't have to be a dick about it. Help someone? Anyone? Literally. Yeah, just, you know, good vibes, chill out, have fun, be neighborly, you know, to this community, you know. We all share the same, we all have to share the same space as a community. As TF2 lovers, we all have to, you know, play TF2. And, you know... Sorry. See? Just like that. You know, I had a good game. Then again, I did pretty well, but that's just come from me playing this one class almost exclusively for 2 years. You know, I've built up a certain amount of skill that in casual lets me just kind of, you know, do these videos where I just get to walk around and talk to you, to like the microphone about these issues. But honestly, I think I'm just going to keep talking in circles. So I think we're going to call it there. So, but, you know, if you're ever going to try and take anything away from anything I say, just, you know, accept that maybe you're not the best. And it's okay to not be the best, you know? Being you is enough. And that's all anyone could ever ask, is that you be you and you do the best at being you. You know? Maybe you're not as good as your friend. So what? If they're gonna be a whiny piss baby about how you're not good enough, then that's on them. You know, I've had friends who I stopped playing games with because they whined about how bad I was. I didn't need that noise, so I just stopped playing with them. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm probably the happiest now I've ever been. I don't play games that I don't find fun. I don't live up to anyone's expectations but my own. And when it comes to my own expectations, I set realistic standards for myself. I'm not the best... I forget what it's called, but for whatever reason, maybe it's a skill issue, maybe it's because of my fucked up muscle structure disability that I've got, that means that I can't aim properly or my reaction times are poor. So you know what I do? I play classes like Pyro and Engineer and especially Medic. You know, classes that don't have to exclusively have precision aiming. They do other things. You know? I don't have the good right time sense to play Spy, I'm not accurate enough to play Sniper, so I play Medic, Engineer, Pyro, fucking... maybe Demo Man if I just want to hold a point. Although Demo Night in Medieval mode is still fun as fuck. So, you know, there's always alternatives, and if you can't find an alternative in a game, maybe, you know, that's not the right game for you. And, you know, accepting that can suck sometimes, because, you know, you love something, but you can't be a part of it, because you aren't good enough. Just because you're not good enough at that doesn't mean you're not good enough at something else. You could be amazing at something else, but you're holding yourself down because you're not good enough at this thing. And again, I have to keep coming back to it. It is just a game. Video games do not offer you any kind of advantage in life. Bragging to someone that you're good at a video game is not going to help them get good grades on their schoolwork. It's not going to help them get a good job, not going to help them earn money, have a family, have a productive life, have people who like them. You know, other things that are so much more important than being good at a video game. So, you know, as much as you love video games, maybe just have some perspective on how important it is on your life. And if you are like a professional esports player or you're a YouTuber who has to be good at video games, maybe just try and find a new way of doing that. You know, something that makes you happy. That's all that matters. And that was way too, way too real for anything I had planned on this video. But if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more funny moments, maybe some more inspirational talks if it's a subject that I'm passionate about. And, yeah. Hope you enjoyed, stay tuned for more, and enjoy your time. Peace.